Good morning, brothers and sisters of Grace Bible Chapel. A little bit different location this morning, just trying a few different things out, doing a little experimenting, but we're going to be looking this week, we're going to go back to our passage in Matthew chapter 11. I think there's a lot to learn from that, but we haven't actually gotten to what Jesus is offering. We haven't talked about that yet, really. I mean, we've talked about the need to come. We've talked about the burden, the labor that we all carry, the rest that Jesus offers. We talked about his yoke, that farming device that goes over two oxen and they both drive in the same direction, and that we follow Christ, we follow him, and we go the direction that he goes, and we take that yoke upon him. But it is his strength that drives us. We've talked about that we can learn from him, and that's a position of humility, that there's an admitting that to know that we don't know everything, that we don't know what's best for us, but that he does, and to learn from him and what he offers us, and that he's gentle and that he's humble, and this is who he is, and he offers for us to come to him. He offers for us to take his yoke upon him so that we might find rest for our soul. And let's just read the verse this morning. Come unto me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Rest. I don't know about you, but I think that's one of the things that I find hardest to do these days, is to rest. There always seems to be something to worry about, something on our minds, something to either look forward to or to do, but to rest. And yet, I think it's what we all long for, isn't it? The rest, and this sometimes we can mix this up with being lazy, sitting around and doing nothing. That's not what it is. It's rest for our souls. It's rest from worry and care and from anxiety and stress. Doesn't mean we don't do anything. I mean, if it meant that we didn't do anything, I don't think Jesus would have used the analogy of a yoke, which is a tool used to bring two beasts of burden, two oxen together, so that they work and drive in the same direction, and they share the load of that work. He wouldn't be using that as an analogy if he just meant so that you can just relax and be lazy and do nothing. That's not what it is. If we think about it, what Jesus is offering is to relieve the burden of worrying about what it is you're supposed to do. If we take his yoke, we leave that to him. We take each day as it comes. We say, Lord, what do you want me to do today? And we don't have to worry about it. We do the work, but we don't have to worry about what we have to do or what the results of what we do are. That's in his hands. And there's so many other things that we don't have to worry about the burden of what will my neighbor think. That's the way A.W. Tozer phrases it, and I love that phrase, that burden of what do other people think of me? What do other people, do they think I'm a good guy? Do they think, how do I look? How is my appearance? What do I appear like to other people? Christ says, no, take my yoke and burden on you, and what I think of you is the only thing that matters. And anything that, if you're doing my work, if we're doing the work of the Lord, any criticism we face, well, that is a criticism of him, not of us, because we're doing the work of our master. And so any criticism we face, if we're doing his work, is criticism of him, and he carries that burden. And so we don't need to worry about what our neighbor thinks if we're carrying the yoke of the Lord. And there's so many other things, these burdens that he takes off of us, that we can find rest for our souls. And that's the goal, isn't it? That's the goal, to fully take on the yoke of the Lord, that we might rest in him and in his strength and what he wants and what he desires, and to do his will. And so I hope this has been an encouragement to you this morning. God bless, and have a good day.